Dear participants, so today's topic for our lecture is getting familiar with ArcGIS. Before starting our lecture, I want to introduce our firm to you, the Geospatial Mappel. So, we Geospatial Mappel is serving the geospatial industry since 2014. Located in the city of Nawabs, Lucknow, which is the capital of Uttar Pradesh, India. Since we are actively involved in imparting education to students of graduation and post graduation, research scholars, and professionals, both of government and non government sector, about geospatial technology. So, what is geospatial technology? Geospatial technology involves photogrammetry, remote sensing, geographic information system, better known as GIS, and global navigation satellite system, pop- popularly known as GPS, global positioning system, and surveying. We are involved in conducting seminars, hands on trainings, workshops, and awareness programs related to geospatial technology for different schools, colleges, universities, and other government and non government organizations. We also organize capacity building programs. Geospatial Mappel also deliver the expert data collection, management and analysis that drive projects across all disciplines in the specialized field of geospatial technology, from infrastructure to natural resources and everything in between. We provide solution for everything. We offer high quality remote sensing services and GIS to deliver accurate data, and you need to make decision. Geospatial Mappel caters the data collection to our clients' needs so that you have a comprehensive data that works for you. We expertly collect data, perform surveys, digitize, does ground truth verifications, analyze and manage data, and prepare maps and reports for all the infrastructural to natural resources and everything in between. We are involved in conducting various seminars, training programs, hands on exercises, workshops, and awareness programs for the students, research scholars, teachers, and working professionals to prepare a GIS skilled workforce to meet the requirement of the remote sensing and GIS industry at various levels. The training, education, and capacity building programs of the Institute are designed to have a number of teachers and students enabled with geospatial skills that are much in demand across various sectors, leading to exciting careers. The duration of courses ranges from 1 day to 6 months. The institute is well equipped with the latest GIS softwares and tools currently used in the mapping industry. Our team consists of strong multidisciplinary and solution oriented research professionals that focus on developing improved methods, techniques for processing, visualization, and dissemination of Earth observation data and geospatial information for various applications and a better understanding of Earth system process. We strive to achieve a better world by creating a geospatial solution for our clients and trainees and for society at large. We endeavor to achieve this through the proactive engagement of our associates, working professionals, and society to solve the existing environmental problems our society is facing. We believe in a collaborative model and work with multiple partners that include educational institutes, NGOs, the government, and the corporates. So, with this, a short introduction of our geospatial mapping, I'm going to begin our lecture on getting familiar with ArcGIS, the use of ArcGIS software in research. So this is probably the most asked question posed to those in the geographic information system field, and is probably the hardest to answer in the succinct or and clear manner. GIS is a technological field that incorporates geographical features with tabular data in order to map, analyze, and assess real world problems. So, what is GIS? Before coming to GIS, let's see what is geography. The key word to this technology is geography. This means that some portion of the data is spatial. This means that the data is in some way reference to location on the earth. Coupled with this data is usually tabular data known as attribute data. Attribute data can be generally defined as additional information about each of the spatial feature. An example of this would be schools. The actual location of a school is the spatial data. Additional data such as the school name, level of education taught, student capacity, number of teachers, number of subjects would make up the attribute data or the non-spatial data. It is the partnership of these two data type that enables GIS to be such an effective problem solving tool through spatial analysis. So what is GIS? GIS or Geographic Information Systems are computer based tools used to store, visualize, analyze and interpret geographic data. Geographic data, also called spatial or geospatial data, identifies the geographical location of feature. The definition of GIS may differ from one person to one person, but the basic concept of GIS is remains the same, like the storing of data, the visualization of the data, then the analysis processes and the interpretation of geographic data, and then the finalization of all the geographic data and non-geographic data in the form of maps, reports, charts, etc. So these data include anything that can be associated with a location on the globe, or more simply anything that can be mapped. For example, roads, country boundaries and address all are types of spatial data. We use GIS to help answer questions about how location impacts disease and disability. So the next question is, what is GIS used for? GIS can be used for answering many questions related to location, like how many people are living in a specific area, or the number of tribes living in a specific region, then the number of female population or male population, or the comparison of female population to male population. Like this, many aspects are there that can be solved with the help of GIS. Or there may be many questions like which type of forest cover is in the eastern part of India or in the Africa or in any region. So GIS operates on many levels. On the most basic level, geographic information system technology is used as computer cartography, that is for straightforward map making. But GIS is not all about making maps. It's bigger than this. We can analyze the data, we can store the data, we can manipulate the data, and we can see the temporal changes, we can see the spatial changes of in respect of any feature object. So some examples of this type of questions that GIS is used to answer might be: how many schools are within 1 mile of the bus stop, using buffer analysis? So this buffer analysis, what is this buffer analysis? In the next lecture, I am going to discuss this in details. Then what areas is the cellular services the strongest using line of the sight analysis? Then what are the different types of vegetation in an area using NDVI classification of satellite data? Satellite imageries are the imageries that are collected with the help of satellites. How walkable is the neighborhood using street network analysis? Where are areas of high crime based on hotspot analysis? So this hotspot analysis is a very important analysis nowadays, because this hotspot analysis is not only done for the crime but also for the hotspot of endangered species, hotspot of species, endangered species of plants and animals, yeah, and hotspots of crime, hotspots of anything. We can you know the location of hotspot in of any phenomena. So this hotspot analysis is becoming a very important tool for the analysis purpose and for knowing the parameters that are affecting a particular phenomena. So the layers, what are the layers? So the preparation of layers in ArcGIS and overlaying the layers is a very important aspect of GIS, because in GIS we can prepare different layers like this of satellite image, then digital elevation model, popularly known as DEM, then land use land cover, then the different types of vegetation model or NDVI or WDI, then the drainage layer, and different types of layers we can prepare using the satellite images or using the non-spatial data. We can use non-spatial data like census of India data, or the data which we can collect from many organizations, government organizations or NGOs or the international organizations, and then we can incorporate that collected data which may be in the form of Excel tables or reports. That data can be incorporated with the geographic data or the spatial data, and we can prepare a new data, and that data can be used for the analysis purpose and finally to prepare the maps or reports. So the term geospatial is a broader term than GIS. Geospatial include everything: your satellite data, remote sensing data, the photogrammetry, the everything is included in the geospatial technology, like the environment, community, place, resources, health, everything is included in geospatial technology. So the components, what are the components of GIS? So the main components of GIS are 5. First one is the people, the learned people, the who used to analyze the data, who use the GIS software to analyze the data, to collect the data, to store the data. Then the software, there are many GIS softwares like ArcGIS, Elvis, QGIS, and many open source softwares are also available in on the net for this GIS. But today we are talking about the ArcGIS, which is the very prominent and the important software in the GIS industry. Then the data. Data comprises of two parts. One is your spatial data and another one is the non-spatial data. We combine both data to analyze it, and all this process, your software data and analysis process, is done on some hardware. Hardware include your computer, laptops, workstations, and one thing more, that this data also include the GPS data, GNSS, global navigation satellite systems, which are there in the constellation and continuously providing us the location data, location information of an object, feature or places. So we can also include that data to analyze some features or phenomena. Now we comes to what is ArcGIS. Then the second question will arise, what ArcGIS can do. Then how ArcGIS is helpful in the research. So till now the most important question which may be arising in your minds is how ArcGIS is helpful in the research, or the ArcGIS is only helpful for the geographers or for the geologists, or this may be helpful or in the field of science or earth science, including the subjects like botany, zoology, etc. So ArcGIS, what is ArcGIS? ArcGIS is a geographical information system for working with maps and geographical information maintained by the Environmental System Research Institute, popularly known as ISRI. It is used for creating and using maps, compiling geographic data, analyzing mapped information, sharing and discovering geographic information. Using maps and geographic information in a range of applications like forestry, agriculture, horticulture, water resource including both groundwater and surface water, then the irrigation, agriculture. So there are varied fields in which we can use this GIS software for the analysis purpose, storing the data, then for retrieving the data, manipulation of the data, and managing geographic information in a database. So that system provides an infrastructure for making maps and geographic information available throughout an organization, across a community, and openly on the web. ArcGIS consists of the following Windows desktop software. First one is ArcReader, which allows one to view and query maps created with the other ArcGIS products. The second one is the ArcGIS desktop, often referred to as ArcMap. So in the further presentation, I am going to tell you about the ArcMap. So because this is the most important one, that the GIS, that all the GIS work is mainly done on the ArcMap, like the creation of the features, shapefiles, geodatabase, and the manipulation and editing. All work is done using the ArcMap to distinguish it from the ArcGIS Pro. Made up of four fundamental applications. First one is ArcMap, for viewing and editing spatial data in 2 dimensions and creating 2-dimension maps, means 2D maps. Then the ArcScene for editing and viewing of three-dimensional spatial data in the local projected view. Projected view means when we are using some projection, like the most commonly projection that is used is the UTM projection, Universal Mercator Projection. Then the ARC globe for displaying large global 3D data sets. Then this ARC catalog is used for GIS data management and manipulation tasks. In this ARC catalog only we use to create the shapefiles, the personal geodatabase and the file geodatabase. Then the ArcGIS Pro. What is ArcGIS Pro? ArcGIS Pro is different from ArcMap, as ArcGIS Pro is a new integrated GIS application planned to eventually supersede ArcMap and its companion programs. ArcGIS Pro works both in 2D and two-dimensional and three-dimensional for cartography and visualization, and also it includes artificial intelligence. There are also server-based ArcGIS softwares as a part of the ArcGIS Enterprise product, as well as ArcGIS application for mobile devices like phones and tablets. Extension can be purchased separately to increase the functionality of ArcGIS. As for the ArcGIS desktop version also, we have some view version, ArcView, then ArcMap, then ArcInfo. So all these versions differ in the sense that some tools may be increased from ArcView to ArcMap and from ArcMap to ArcInfo. So ISRI also provide a certificate in ArcGIS software also. So receiving a certificate in ArcGIS software is also available for professionals from beginners to experts through ISRI training programs. In our geospatial mapper also we provide you programs, workshops on ArcGIS to provide you certificates for that. There is also a free online web version called WebMap. So today we are going to discuss the WebMap. So what are web maps? An ArcGIS web map is an interactive display of geographic information that you can use to tell stories and answer questions. Web map can be used using any web browser like Chrome or Internet Explorer. Geographic information that can use to tell stories and answer questions. For example, you may find or create a map that addresses the question how many people in the United States lives within a reasonable walk or drive to a supermarket. This map has layers showing which neighborhoods are within a 10 minutes drive or 1 mile walk to a supermarket. And for context, the map has a topographic base map that includes cities, roads, and buildings overlaid on land cover and shaded relief imagery. Web map also contains a layers called base map. So what are base map? Base maps is a set of data layers that you may found on the left corner of the web maps. That is the an extended navigation tool to there are an extended navigation tools to pan and zoom. In general, the base maps and layers are hosted and shared through ArcGIS online. So in this base map you will find the layers imagery, satellite imageries, then the hybrid satellite imageries, then the topographic maps of whole world is there. You can view, and you can use them. Then the terrain map is there. So these map can also contain layers added directly to the map, and layers and base maps referred externally. So you can also add some layers like your shape files. If you have any shape file, you can add that shape file online to view, or if you want to make any comparison, or you want to know the changes which are there on the satellite image, so you can add that layer also. So there are many options that is provided free of cost on web maps. Many maps also contain scaled symbols and other smart styling that reveals data and patterns as you interact with it. So on web maps, maps can be created in a few basic steps and open in standard web browsers, mobile devices, and desktop map viewers. They can be shared through links embedded in website and used to create map-based web apps. When a map is shared, the author decides what to include with the map. Whether you want your map to include the legend or the scale, or you don't want to. It's up to the author. For example, when a map is shared to a general public through map viewer, the map includes option to switch base maps, view a legend if the map contains one. If the author includes a legend in his map, then the viewer has an option to view the legend or not to view the legend. Then same is in the case with the print option also. You can print the map with the legend or without the legend. View detail about the maps, then you can share the map, print the map, and the most important one is the measurement on the map. You can also measure the distances, the area. You can also know the exact location or the coordinates in terms of degree, minutes, seconds, or in meters, and find location on the map. So web map has option for signing into map viewer with an ArcGIS account. May reveal additional options for adding layers. When you are signing into a map, you can access more options like adding layers, performing analysis, getting directions, and so on. Maps embedded in websites and shared through apps often contain a focused set of tools for a specific purpose, such as collecting information, editing features, or comparing two sites by sites. Maps. Then these web maps can be used across ArcGIS, and you can also share your maps among your friends, your colleagues, or to some industry where you want your maps to be shared. This means you can create web maps in one ArcGIS app and view and modify them in another. For example, you can create a web map in ArcGIS Pro and your colleagues can modify it in ArcGIS Online. So this is how the web map looks like. The window of web map is opened in Chrome, and here is a link like arcgis.com home web maps. So on web map you can see the ArcGIS my map. Then here is an option of signing in. You can sign in to get more features out of this. You can try the online ArcGIS also. But for the viewing purpose or the printing purpose, you don't need to sign in. You can simply just open the ArcGIS web map and you can see these layers. So some details of ArcGIS web map are as follows. So to add, you can search for layers that are available online. Then you can browse living atlas layers. You can add layers from the web. From the web, you can add layers like from the Diva GIS, and many open sources are there. From there, you can download many layers like administrative boundaries of the countries, states, districts. Um then you can also add layer from the file means which are there on your computer or laptop. You can add that layers also. Then you can add map nodes also. So this is the add button from where you can add the layers. From just see from here in the window. So from here you can add the map node, and here I have added my layer in which I have prepared some two objects. So you like this, you can add your shapefiles or your layers to this web maps. Then this is the base map icon. From here you can add the base map. Like here I am using the only imagery, the satellite image. The very high resolution satellite imagery is provided by the ISRI for the use. Then the dark gray canvas is there in which the names of the places will be shown to you all. Then the imagery hybrid means the image is overlaid by the layer of roads, railway networks, and some place names, etc. Light gray canvas is there. Then the navigation maps in which the roads and places names were there. Then the oceans, then the street nights, and then the street map is also there. Then the terrain with labels is there. Topographic world map is also available as a base map, and you can access these layers, these base maps for your study purpose. In this web map, I have added my own layer named as test. So I have prepared a shapefile in which I mapped some airport near Lucknow city. So this type of layers, you can also add your own layers to visualize and map your layers also. Then you can like I have given this yellow line, you can also change this mm, yellow line to red, or if you want to fully filled image feature, then you can also do that in this. Then you can save this, save or save as. You can save this and whenever you came back to the same browser, you can use this. Then the print, like in the previous slides I told you that the map can be printed with legend or without the legend. So it depends what you want. In the next slides I just printed it without a legend. If I want to add the legend, I can also add the legend, but I printed it without a legend. Then the measurement option is there. This option may be very useful for instantly telling anything about, like if you are working on some object and you want to know where what is the area of some lake or some school or anything, just, and if you know the location, you can find the location. Just find the address or place over here. Just write the name of the place over here, and you will be directed to that place. And from here you can, this option is used to measure the area, and this option is used to measure the length. And from here you can know the coordinates of some particular area, particular place. Like if I want to know the location in the form of latitude and longitudes, I can click on this, and the location of this will be told in the form of latitudes and longitudes. Then from here you can I'm using the square kilometers. From square kilometers you can change the units in meters, miles, etc. So ArcGIS online trial. Online trial can be uh, used for the free. ArcGIS online is free trial. You can join there for the online free trial. So for the online pricing of ArcGIS online for the personal use and for the student use, it is only $100 per year. And if you are a research scholar, or you are doing some research, just first collect all your data, and after collecting all your data and deciding your methodology, or the steps that you want to follow in your studies, then you can purchase this for just $100 a year, and you can use it. It comes with the facility of viewing and just creating a data, etc. So now we comes to the ArcGIS desktop version. This is the most important version of ArcGIS that is used across all the industries, and to map, to analyze, to store the data, to retrieve, and to manipulate the data. So what are the essential part of ArcGIS desktop? The most important one is the ArcMap. Then the ARC catalog. What is ARC catalog? In here we can create some data, like this type of window can open, and from here you can create your folder connections, so that you can view your all drives or where your data is stored. Then in catalog window only, then in catalog window only you can create new shape files, file geodatabase, personal geodatabase, or new data connection. Whatever new is created through the catalog window. Next is the arc scene. Arc scene is used to view and edit the three-dimensional features. Then R globe is used to view and analyze 3D, huge 3D data. This is how the arc scene 3D looks like. If you are having some data that is having an elevation, then elevation information, then you can prepare a three-dimensional dimensional feature of that an area. Then here comes what is ArcMap. ArcMap represents geographic information as a collection of layers and other elements in a map. Common map elements include the data frame containing map layers for a given extent plus a scale bar. Scale bar and scale bar can be represented in both the both format as a graphical representation as well as in the text format. Then there will be a north arrow, title, descriptive text or the annotations, the symbol legend and so on can be added on your map with the help of ArcMap. Then the typical task that can be performed in ArcMap. Uh, so the ArcMap is the primary application used in ArcGIS and is used to perform a wide range of common GIS tasks as well as specialized user specific tasks. So here is a list of some common workflows that you can perform using your ArcMap. So first one is the work with maps. You can open and use ArcMap documents to explore information, navigate around your map documents, turn layers on and off, query features to access the rich attribute data that is behind the map and to visualize geographic information. This means that you can prepare your maps, you can prepare different layers in the map, and with the help of that layers you can prepare different types of maps, giving some symbols like two line, polygon or point. So the second one is print maps. You can also print maps from the simplest to the very sophisticated cartography using ArcMap. You can print maps like you can also export map in the form of JPG, PDF so that anyone can access that print and print maps. Then the compile and edit GIS database. So this work is done in the Arc catalog. So ArcMap provides one of the primary way that users automate geo database datasets. ArcMap supports scalable full functioning editing. You select layers in the map document so added and new and update features are saved in the layer dataset. Whatever layers that you prepared in the form of shapefiles in the Arc catalog is being edited and some new features can be added using the ArcMap. Use geoprocessing to automate work and perform analysis. GIS is both visual and analytical. ArcMap has the ability to execute any geoprocessing model or script as well as to view and work with the result through map visualization. Geoprocessing can be used for analysis as well as to automate many mundane tasks such as map book generation, repairing broken data links in the collection of map documents, and to perform GIS data processing. Then we can also organize and manage your database and ArcGIS documents. So we can also organize our data which includes the catalog window which enables us to use to organize all of our GIS datasets and geodatabase, your map documents and other ArcGIS files and ArcGIS files like shape files, geodatabase, personal geodatabase, file geodatabase and other geoprocessing tools and many other GIS information sets. You can also set up and manage geodatabase schemas in the catalog windows. Then you can publish documents as map services using ArcGIS server. ArcGIS content is brought to life on the web by publishing geographic information as a series for map services. ArcMap provides a simple user experience for publishing your map documents at map services. Then you can share map layers, geoprocessing models and geodatabase with other users like you can prepare your maps your database and can be published on ArcGIS online or ArcGIS Pro. ArcGIS includes tools that makes it easy to package and share GIS dataset with other users. This includes the ability to share your GIS maps and datasets using ArcGIS online. Document your geographic information. So whenever we are working with the spatial data or non-spatial data, the main motive behind or the main aim is to after analyzing our data, we want our data to be in a form of some report, some charts, some maps, so that it can be effectively used for the planning purposes or for some development purpose. So documentation of the geographic information is very important. So like this, a key goal in GIS communities is to describe your geographic information sets to help you document your projects and for more effective search and data sharing. So using the catalog window, we can document all our GIS contents, geographic information system contents, like data of both spatial and non-spatial. For organization who uses standard based metadata set, metadata is the data about the data. Like if we are having some spatial data or in the form of some layer, like so who prepared that layer data, when the data is being prepared, so all the information about that data is stored in the form of metadata. So you can also document your data sets using ArcGIS metadata editor. Customize the user experience. In ArcMap there are hundreds of tools that can be customized, and many models can be prepared which can be used as a tool for instantly working on some, like if I'm working in some on some hydrological project, so I can customize the tools according to my need, so that all my team members can easily use that tools to work effectively and in a very fast manner. So including the ability to write software adds in and add new functionality to simplify and streamline the user interface and to use geoprocessing for task automation, like Arc Hydro tools. The best example for this is the Arc Hydro tool, which is customized for the hydrological studies. So here is how our ArcMap window looks like. So when we open our ArcMap window, it will open like this. So this is the window. From here, from this button, all the layers like your shape files or your Excel data or the satellite data will be added over to this area, and the layer information will be shown in this window. This is known as the data view window. So this is the main tools, the file, edit, view, bookmarks, insert. This I'm going to further tell you more about this. Then the most important standard tools are here. These standard tools include, the first one you have are this cross with microscope is the zoom in. Then from this you can zoom out the objects that are there in the data view. Then this is the pan icon. From here you can pan and you can move the objects in the window. Then this is the fixed zoom in, this is the fixed zoom out. If you want to fix your zoom so that your objects doesn't zoom out beyond 1000 scale, you can fix your zoom in. And if you want your window, your data to do not zoom out beyond some limit, so you can define the limit. Then this is the go back to previous extent. Like if I am going to pan from here to here, from here if I am pan over here, and if I want to go to the exact last position, so I can use this button to go back to previous extent. Then to go to the next extent, by if I went to some back button and I want again to go to the next extent, so I can use this button. Then the most important tool is the select feature button. From here I can select the features. Like there are 5000 features are there, and I want to select the features which are near to any lake or near to any school. Then we can use this uh, tool to select the features. Then if I want to deselect all the features, then this tool will be used. Then this tool is used when we are preparing a map to select the elements like north arrow, scale bar, or to move elements on the map. Then this is the identify button. From here we can identify the objects. If we click any feature on the map, all the information, all the non-spatial information or the characteristic of that features will be shown using this information button. This is known as the identify. Then from here also you can measure the objects in terms of area, length, perimeter, etc. Then this is the XY button. If you know the coordinate of any place and you want directly to go over to that place, then you can fill your longitude and latitudes over here. Latitudes in the form of Y and longitudes in the form of X. So these are the tools, the basic tools, like new file. If you want to open a new file, you can open file from a folder, then you can save or save as, and you can also make a copy of your existing ArcMap. Then there you can, from here you can share your map to your colleagues, etc. You can add data like your satellite imagery or your base map or your some Excel tables or your shapefile is there. From here you can add that. You can also sign in to get access to most of the ArcGIS online options. Here is ArcGIS online. Then the page and print setup. If you are making any map and you want to give some settings, like if I want to print my map in A3 format or A4 format, so I can set up my page according to the printer qualities. Um, then from here we can view the preview also. If we have given some lines or some uh, like description which is beyond the uh, printing, then we can correct that also. From here we can give directly to the printer. From here we can export map. So we can export map in the form of JPG, PDF, so that the map can be printed later. So this is the edit window. From here you can undo, redo, cut, copy, paste. I think you all must be aware of these tools. If we want to cut something and paste somewhere else, so the paste button is there, a special paste button is there. If we want to copy some feature and paste that feature again, so this button is used. And if we have done something wrong, so that we want to undo, then undo button is there, then redo is there. And the control Z, control Y, control X, control C, V, these all are same as we used in Microsoft Office. Then view, like data view and layout view, you can change this data view and layout view from here also, and from here directly from here also. This is the data view and this is the layout view. Layout view is used when we are preparing a map. Then we can also prepare the graphs, reports, then scroll bars and refresh button is there. If we are drawing some thing and we want to pause over there, so F9 button is there. Then the most important one is the insert button. This insert function is used when we are preparing a map. So we will click to data frame, to layout view, then the title, we can insert the title, other text, other information. The dynamic text is also there. Then the legend one, the north arrow, there are beautiful north arrow styles. You can choose a number from a number of north arrows that are provided in ArcGIS template. Then the scale bar, scale test is there. If you want to add some pictures like your logos of companies or your colleges, schools, you can add that pictures in that, in this. So the selection, from selection you can select by attributes, by location, graphics. These all types of uh, tools I'm going to discuss tomorrow in tomorrow's lecture. Then the geoprocessing tools are there. These are tools. These analysis tools also I'm going to discuss tomorrow. The buffer, clip, intersect, union, merge, dissolve, etc. Then this is the customize window. From here we can customize the toolbars, the extensions, add in manager. Then we can also customize this window, how this window looks like. Then the overview, magnified, we can also add a magnifier window to this, so that when we draw something we can use it to magnify. Or magnifier window is used also in while georeferencing. Then the viewer is there, table content. This is the table of content. We can add or we can remove this table of content. Then the catalog, we can add the catalog window, search window. Then the image analyzers are there. And last one is the help. You can some help documents are also inbuilt for the offline help, which comes with the ArcGIS package. And here you can get the to help about the tools which we used in the analysis process. And you can get the help of all the tools available with this ArcGIS. You can also get access to ArcGIS desktop web help. And the analysis part will be continued tomorrow. So stay tuned and log in to the YouTube channel tomorrow at 2 p.m. The feedback link will be shared tomorrow, and after filling up the feedback form you all will get a participation certificate. Thank you.